tutorial. In this tutorial, we will gonna see how to manage the custom pushback roads on UGX version 1.7. Okay, first of all, we have to open the main menu, and then we just ensure we are not running any of the ground services. As you can see, we don't have any ground service at this point running. So what we are going to do is we are going to options and then to airport chart viewer, and then you're gonna see a top-down map view of the airport. In this case, we are just going, when you zoom out very far away, you won't be able to see the parking names, neither any other text, just to avoid having any uh, things that we're gonna avoid you to view the layout properly. So when you zoom in closer, you're gonna see the different parkings, and it's important to notice that um, this gray parkings means that either uh, these parkings are not suitable for your airplane. Your airplane location is this blue spot, and this gray parking means that either, well, as I was saying before, that this parking or this one are not doesn't have the size for fit your aircraft, or it is being occupied by another traffic. So all those in brown color brown color we're gonna be uh, suitable for you to place your aircraft. Either it is available or it is suitable for your airplane to be there. Okay, now we are going to this topic. This was just an introduction to the airport chart viewer. And as you can see, these buttons lets you move between the different custom roads. But right now we are going to click on our current parking, and what is going to happen is that we're going to display a warning on here that says that you must turn off or disable temporarily your any camera add-ons that you may have installed, for example EasyDock or Chase Plane, because when you click somewhere in the screen, it may affect the top-down view at UEX. Okay, and it's also important to notice that here is the airport map that we were seeing just a few seconds before is minimized, is automatically minimized, and so you can see the top-down simulation view of your airplane in your parking. When you right-click, you are gonna be able to see this pop-up menu. You can click anywhere on the map to center, left-click to center uh, the view in the location that you want. For example, if you want to click on here, you can move your mouse wheel uh, to zoom in or zoom out the view. Okay, and left click anywhere to move the top-down view. So you click, it will center that location, or you click here, it will center that location. Okay, and you can right click to show the this pop-up menu. It's important to notice that you can do all these kind of actions only on the UEX map mouse location, which is a special observer view for our module. So it doesn't interfere with other default views or any other add-on views. Okay, and as we said before, this pop-up menu, you can click on show the next road, and you will gonna see the name of the road at the top of the view and the road itself. This red uh, polygons, because they are polygons, are the anchor or road waypoints, and these blue uh, curves. This blue curve is actually the path that the tug and the aircraft will follow to in order to push back the airplane. And this airplane icon is the place where the plane will gonna actually stop after the pushback. So as you can see, you can right click and click on next road and see the other road and see the name of it and the parking and the airport ID at the top of the view. And you can right click, and then we just reached the last road assigned to your current parking, and we can just go to the first road, which is this one, or the next, right click and the next road, or right click in the next road. In total, we have 3 custom pushback roads associated to this parking, which is the gate Delta 28. Okay, and you can, if you want to modify any of the custom pushback roads, you can just go and right click and edit the current road. For example, we're gonna edit this, and then we're gonna again appear the name of the road on top of the view, and then you can click on any of the road buttons on any of the road waypoints, sorry, and you can left click to select it so it turns into a yellow color. So you can then click and then drag, and you can see that the path will gonna be modified automatically. Or you can just click again, and it will gonna be updated the curve that the airplane will gonna follow. It is important that after, if you do this, the airplane will gonna automatically go here and try to follow this path. You can just click and drag on here like this way, so it is more smooth for the plane to follow. And you can just click on the last icon. It is very important that the last waypoint will always be an airplane shape waypoint, because that's the place, or that, as I said before, that's the place where the plane will gonna actually stop. Okay, and we will, for example, we want to move this waypoint. You see that the curve is modified, and you can also, as an option, right click and restore the map and see actually the curve again. And it's very important that when you left click in this edit mode in the map, in this map window, you you can left when you left click, it won't go to the place when you want. So you have to right click and center the map in this location. This only happens in this mode, in this edit mode. So we use the mouse wheel to zoom in, and if you can see, if you for example, this is very important that the red dots like this in the map window, not in the simulation, the map window, this dot, when you right click, this is the pushback point. So you may ask yourself, what is the pushback point? Well, the pushback point in previous versions, it was the place, it was used to define the airplane final, it was involved in define the airplane final direction of the pushback. But now, since version 1.7, you will the pushback point. Sorry, the pushback point is the place where the marshaller that makes the X cross will gonna be placed. So you to show you the X cross sign. Um, that nothing else. That's the only thing, the only functionality of the pushback point since version 1.7. Um, so let's move this dot. As you can see, if I move the dot in this way, you're gonna see it moving also in the simulation. For example, let's place it over, and when you move it, it wanna stick on any aircraft, on any airport node, existing node. For example, this is, for example, you see it is stick to display or to display. So we can just leave it this here, and it's going to be updated in the simulation and in the map. But since we just want to move it to this place, and or we can just move, well, it's looking fine. Click center in this place. So this is the other way. You can draw the custom pushback route in this map, so you can see all the airport layout or the EFCAD layout, and or you can just minimize and continue using the live preview or edit mode in the simulation. Okay, and also when you click on the last waypoint, you can just move your mouse wheel and it will move the airplane shape direction that actually defines the pushback, the aircraft final direction or orientation after the pushback. So this modified that behavior. Okay, okay, so we are done. We are, and also you have new in version 1.7 to define the name for the custom pushback route. It's very important to say a name because the name is used in the menus and for the voice recognition when the user calls the user wants to tell the system which custom pushback route you want to use. For example, we're going to say the name. If you don't say the name, the system will automatically define a name for your custom pushback route based on the cardinal directions. So it's very important in this window that here you must define the road's name in English. Why it is in English? Because the system uses the road's name in English to then translate it to other languages and for convert it to the phonetic version. So you may ask yourself, what is the phonetic version? Well, some users may um, use the voice recognition mode in our module, so they should or must be able to actually say this name and the system to actually recognize it. So you can write here, for example, northeast abbreviation on and C, which is Charlie, and you can preview it with using this button and preview how the system will gonna convert it to the phonetic version. For example, it will facing northeast on Charlie. Or if you want to say that this on a taxiway which is called Romeo 6, we can use this and you will gonna preview it in the phonetic version. It's very important that you preview the phonetic version, so when future users go and use this road, they can actually say it through voice command to the system and allow the system to actually understand what the user is saying or the pilot is saying. So this is the display version, and this is the voice or speech or phonetic version of the custom pushback road name. So let's leave it like this. Save it. Okay, and then you can minimize and continue modifying your road in the simulation, or you can right click and exit edit. When you exit edit, it will ask you, do you want to save this custom pushback road? You say yes, and it will gonna display again it will gonna go back to the view mode where you can actually navigate through all the custom pushback route associated to your current parking, which is gate Delta 28. For example, you can rotate it over here, and in the simulation we're gonna be the same. You can use this button to rotate it between the custom pushback road associated to your parking, or you can use the pop-up, right click always right click on the UES map mouse location view, which is an observer view. You can just zoom out and see all the airport in the top of view. You can next or the last road or whatever uh, you want to see it. Okay, and for example, we also this you can do this always when you are node in a ground service. So for example, you can also see other parkings um, custom push route. For example, let's click on this gate Delta 25 and minimize. So we are here on gate Delta 25. There is no custom pushback roads assigned to it because this is not enabled. But if we want, we can create a new one. And for example, um, this is the airplane. Place it over here. This icon is the last waypoint. But by default, when you create a new road, it will always start at the gate location. So you create, right click on the map here, add the new waypoint. You should see it here on the simulation. You see? Okay, and then you can just right click on this, place it over here, and you're gonna see it right here. You can minimize the map window if you want to actually see live on the simulation. You can just right click here at another waypoint and you have already draw your custom pushback road for gate Delta 25, and notice that we didn't move our airplane from the gate. We can actually create roads for each gate in this way and save them to the airport profile. For example, here we're gonna define this as the pushback point, which is the place where the ram marshaller making the X cross sign we're gonna be placed. Okay, you can click and move it if you see you think that it is okay in this place, and then um, you can exit the edit mode in this icon, or you can just right click on exit on the simulation through here for the pop-up menu. So let's exit, and also when you exit it will gonna ask you always to set a name. If you, as I said before, if you don't set a name, it will gonna assign a name automatically to it. Okay, now let's leave it in this way, save, and then it will gonna save the road. Let's create another one for gate Delta 25. Let's create another one. Okay, is okay here. Center the map location. Let's create this one, and you can see let's just align it. Let's create this one on here. Right click and then add waypoint. Yeah, right click over here and add the waypoint. There you go. We already draw our pushback road, and let's move. Let's assign this as the pushback point. Okay, let's align it with the. Okay, let's this and let's preview it. Okay, it's perfect. This is gate Delta 25. Okay, and let's right click on this, assign the push point, and also let's modify. It's also this curve in previous versions of our module means that the tug we're gonna do a tight turn to align the airplane with the final orientation. That's what this red line means. But now this red line, well, this red curve, this is not a line, it's a curve. um, was meant to tell the user in previous version of UEX, to tell the user that the tug may overshoot, may do a wide turn, an overshoot to align the airplane in this or this taxiway. That's what this means. But in this version, this overshoot has been fixed, so it's kind of not necessary this. But we are keeping it, and then we eventually gonna remove it. But it doesn't harm anyone uh, at this point. So we are going to set. Well, we're gonna exit the edit, and we can assign. We're gonna assign a name to our custom purpose road. It is very important that for names in English there is a limitation. We can use only a few words to define the name of the road. What few words we can actually use on the display name of the road? Well, the names are facing, tail, taxiway, on, via. Another names are the cardinal directions: northeast, north, northwest, east, south. The abbreviations, and any name that is alphanumeric. For example, if we say a name, or we write, sorry, we're not saying, we are writing, we write a name of a taxiway, for example. This we're gonna be converted into a NATO phonetic version. This is Romeo 63. Okay, so we should say tail south southeast via this, and we're gonna preview it. We're gonna convert it tail southeast via Romeo 63. But since the taxiway doesn't have that complex names, we're just gonna say um, this like via Romeo 6. So it's always important to preview the phonetic versions of the road. Let's name it like Foxtrot on Foxtrot. Okay, and save this name. Okay, and now we have two custom pushback roads that we can see for gate Delta 25. Okay, we can minimize and we can go to the last road or the previous road through the pop-up menu, and we can just see it like this way. So that's actually what you can do with UEX. We can create a whole airport profile, pushback roads easily using this new feature. And also, I just wanted, I forgot. Let's edit this road, and let's say that we would like to delete this waypoint. Okay, we right click and we delete the waypoint. That easy. And if you want to, for example, you can also we're gonna move this place, because always you have to be very clear that this is the last waypoint, and the last waypoint we will gonna always be an airplane shape. So we're gonna add the another waypoint like this. As you can see, um, this is in this way, and let's define the pushback point for this one. Okay, and you can unselect the waypoint, right click and unselect the waypoint, so you see all the road in this way, or you can minimize and restore the airport map using the pop-up. Right click on the simulation and then this option this way, and you can save the road in here, and that's it. And let's exit the edit mode because we are in edit mode, and let's create another one for gate Delta 25. Waypoint, waypoint, waypoint this way. Okay. Okay. Or let's do this. Let's make it over here. Let's rotate it to modify the final direction of the airplane. Let's say this is another one this way. Okay. Now we wanna let's right-click, restore, and let's save a name for this one. Okay. Let's let's say that the taxiway is Golf. Okay. Let's save it, for example, and that's okay. We are in a view mode right now, where we can cycle between the different roads. Save it to the okay, to this. Okay. Now, example. Let's say that we want to delete our custom pushback road. Example, this. Let's say we want to um, delete this one. So we are going to use this button, but you can use only this button when you are in the view mode. That means when you can rotate between the different custom pushback road assigned to the parking that you have selected. Let's say that we want to delete this one. Delete. Then you want to save the profile. Done. Now we have only to custom pushback road for gate delta 25, and that's it. And you can always click on another parking and see the others in that parking. Example, this one, this one, this one. So that's basically what you can do with the new version of UX. And when you click or close the airport map, it will go straight to your virtual cockpit. There is uh, one thing that we have to still fix. When you, for example, when you rotate the views, you will notice that the UX map location view is still present in the cycle of the views that you have right now. That that's a little problem. Okay, there is no way to delete it using keystrokes or from our module, but from prepared you can delete it on views, then observer management, then you have to locate or view and delete it, then done. Then if you want to get out of this, and view virtual, okay, there you go. And now when you cycle, you won't gonna see the our top-down view. That's a little problem we have to correct, but in this version we are not going to do it. Okay, and you can, as you can see, you can operate and use your airplane as usual. And if we and then that's it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoy it. Bye bye.